Amanda from Mandy Lynn Plans here with my 2023 Hobonichi order. I am so excited. I have another very large, big brown box to share with you. I bought all 3 sizes of books and several of each size to show you kind of some differences in some later videos. But here is my first. We have some bubble wrap on top for protection. Then have some of these bags that are the exclusive freebie. So I have 7 bags, and then all of my pens. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10 pens. So I got 10 books. 3 of them did not come with a bag. And this year I did see that they were going to be using more of a paper packaging instead of plastic, so that's really great. I'm gonna go ahead and just take all of the things out of the box and then share each one with you. And it looks like I did get a red box. I have seen these around on Instagram and in Facebook groups, so I didn't know if I would get a red box or not since I ordered a lot. So in the box, it must be my covers because I think I have all of my books that I already unboxed. I'm sure you have already seen this quote if you've been watching other unboxing videos. And yes, some clear cover on covers and lots of other covers, and then my week's books are in here as well. So starting with the little accessories, I did get one of the Deco Rush tapes. What they were all about. So the one I got is the little cafe one with the ice cream sundae, and I will try these out in one of my books at the end of the video. This is just the little eraser to kind of erase away the ones that you don't want, I guess. And then I have the A6 weekly calendar supplement. I always grab one of these little accessory books, and then the 2 weeks that I got a normal sized purple Japanese book and then an English mega in the Lagoon color. All right, so with both of the Hobonichi books, you get a little pocket that you can add somewhere on the inside, and then you get this little fold out page. It has a cute little cookie man, and then here's what the inside looks like. So those are fun. Those are always a fun little thing to see what they include. And then I'm gonna be doing a more in-depth video of the difference between a normal weeks and a mega weeks, and then the difference between the Japanese version and the English version. So if you wanna know more details about the weeks, there will be a video coming later. And this A6 weekly calendar supplement, if you are unfamiliar, it's a lot of these weekly spreads, just really tiny. There's no daily pages, there's no monthly pages. It's really just a little weekly book as an accessory to your A6. If you really need a weekly spread, the A6 don't have weekly spreads. So this is a great little addition that you can do. First up for covers, let's take a look at my cover on covers that I got. This one is last year's cover on cover, and I never picked it up, so I wanted to go ahead and get that. I think it's gonna look really pretty with one of the A5 covers that I got, so I will show you how that looks later. And then this is the cover on cover for the 2023 year. And I can't wait to see how this looks on the lavender week. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. I'm gonna just slide one side in and then slide this other side in as well. And it just kind of closes around like that. So this is what the lavender weeks looks like with the cover on cover. So that's really exciting. And it fits pretty snug on this normal sized weeks. Let's take a look and see if it works on the mega. I can't remember if it works or not. I'm sure I have read if it does, and I just can't remember. So we're gonna test it out and see. I think that's one of the fun things about unboxing videos is that you can kind of see. And yes, it does close and everything on the mega just fine. So that's really great. If you have a mega, you can use the cover on cover. I actually don't know which one I like better, the blue or the purple with it. The purple kind of brings out these things, but the contrast is better with the blue too. So I don't know, that's pretty exciting. I also got 3 basic clear cover on covers for my A5 covers, and I will put those on later. Next, I have my A5 covers, and I may have gone a little overboard. but I just could not pass up these adorable covers. Okay, so the first one is this fruit tree one, and the names on these I'm not even gonna try and pronounce because I would say them completely wrong. It starts with an H. And there was an option for the A6, the weeks, and the cousin. So the covers that I have here are all A5. I personally use a cousin. So those are the ones that I have the most of. You get a couple little cards, and then the bookmarks are fun. They have these little balls at the bottom. So I got a normal clear cover on cover for this. So how these work, you just tuck the corners in, making sure that this pen holder stays outside. You don't want to put that in there. And then this corner, just like this. And the fabric on this is really great, and I don't want it to get damaged. And I think that somewhere on the site it says that they don't recommend using clear covers for this type of cover, but I have done it before on all the Liberty Fabric ones and everything, and I personally like the way that it feels if I'm carrying it around a lot better. I would rather the cover on cover get scratched and smudged and whatever. It's like a $3 or $4 cover. I'd rather pay to replace the clear cover instead of the, you know, $30 or $40, $60, I don't remember how much these covers are, but much more than $3 or $4. And then the clear cover on covers have a little, like a Ziploc type opening to where you can still access this back pocket. So that's really great. The designed cover on covers don't have that pocket. So keep that in mind when you're buying. If you're doing one of the design ones, this is where the pocket would be if it was included, but it's only in the clear options. So that's really exciting. Then I wanted to show you what it looks like with a book inside. So this is the English edition full year Hobonichi Cousin. It is great that they're getting away from some of the plastic, but they do still have quite a bit of plastic. I assume that as time goes on, they will try and replace that. Another one of these little books that came with the weeks. And then this is the little test page so that we can test out the new paper. So it is very similar, but I can tell a difference in the way the paper feels. The 2023 books all have the same Tomoe River paper as before, but I can tell a difference, and I'm not good at explaining. This feels more slick, and it might feel a little thicker too, or I don't know if it's just that it's more slick, and so that's why it feels like that. I'm not sure, but I am excited to test out some fountain pens and everything on this cute little teeny tiny test page. Okay, so quickly I can show you, since I have it open, what the spread looks like in the English version. Very similar, just some English. They did still leave the little Japanese characters there, so an interesting choice. Here's what the monthly spreads look like as well. So let's see if it fits in the cover. I like to put both sides in. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I just put the back cover in and leave it. Other times I do go ahead and put both sides in the cover, like so. So there we go. This is what the whole year looks like with this fun fruit tree with the cover on cover. I love the color of this inside. That's one of the reasons, well, I love the design of the fruit tree and everything, but one of the reasons I got it was because of this beautiful mint inside color. Okay, the next one is another name that starts with an H. It's very beautiful florals. The design actually goes like this. I think that's really fun. And then it folds over like this. It has a really pretty black. I couldn't tell from the pictures if it was black or navy, but it does appear to be more black in person. Has a fun little thing down here. I forgot to look in my other one if there was a fun thing. I'll have to go back and do that. So I also want to put a clear cover on this. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the clear cover. Again, there's a little pocket for, a little slot for the pocket, but this cover doesn't actually have a pocket. So that's fine. And then I wanted to show you with this one how the avec fits. The Hobonichi Cousin avec is just this exact same as a normal Hobonichi Cousin, except that it's divided into 2 books, and I have a video explaining the difference if you would like to know all the ins and outs of that. One thing you can do is put the back of your second half of the year in this way, and then the front in the front side. If you want to carry around both books with you, you can do that, and it still fits the same as a normal whole year cousin will. I personally like to really chunk up my planners with stickers, so I actually only carry 1 book at a time. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. At the beginning of the year, it's pretty thin, and then over time it bulks up. So with your little 2 pen holder loops here, you can put 1 pen through to keep it closed if you want, or you can carry multiple pens with you. It just kind of depends on your preference. So there is that cover. And the avec, the 2-book system, does not come in the English version. So if you are wanting the 2 books, you only have an option of getting the Japanese version. Next up, I have the Tokyo Metronome cover, and I know I probably shouldn't have favorites. It was really hard for me to decide this time, I think, which is why I bought 4. But I am a band director, and I just have a very special love for the metronome, and the fact that they turned the Tokyo Tower into a giant metronome just made my heart happy. And look at these guys in the corner over here. They're just so cute. So anyway, I don't normally go for this style of cover, but with a metronome, I could not resist. So here are the little cards again. And if you're familiar with the Hobonichi covers, this is the same material as like the solid color covers. I love this touch here, little message in there. It says something like an ordinary day or a not special day or happy. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's basically just happy ordinary day. So that's a fun little message there. So in this one, I am going to put the full year Japanese version. Again, I got the same little test page, but I will note that the Japanese version comes with Japanese on the cover of the little test page, and then the English version came with one in English. And the way that you're gonna tell these apart by the cover is that the English was like a yellowish color instead of this darker text. It was always funny to me that the Japanese version is written completely in English on the cover. Just a fun little side note. So this is a very standard, if you're familiar with the cousin, the layout and everything has not changed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this cover on so I can show you what it looks like. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot that I want to do a clear cover first. So this type of, I don't know if it's nylon or what, but this material is what the clear cover-on covers are designed for. It's the fabric-y ones that they say that you can't fit a clear cover on, and I just showed you that you can, so I'm not actually sure why they say that. So this will fit a little bit better just because this is more what they designed them to be used with. So you can still see this fun pocket here. And then this one does have a pocket in the back, this Tokyo Metronome. So you can still access the pocket with the little slit in the back here. So that's fun if you like to use that. They have little memo notebooks similar to how thin the A6 weekly supplement is. I didn't get any A6 covers this year, but if you had an A6 cover, you can fit your little weekly supplement in the back pocket and carry it along with you that way. So that's super handy. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my full year Japanese version in. It's gonna fit the same as the other covers. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. Cute little bookmarks. I love that they're different for all of the covers. It's just a fun, nice touch. So I really love the way that that looks. And then the last cover that I got is this Night Flamingo. And from the pictures, I could not tell if it was navy or purple. Depending on the picture, depending on what I've seen online and everything, it kind of changes in the light. This is coming up on my camera a little more blue, but in person it is very purple. I wonder if I put it up against this, it would kind of help bring out some of the purple a little bit. What about if I do the blue? Can you tell how purple it is? So anyway, it has a fun bright pink inner color, and I know that a lot of people, what I've seen is that they wanted to get this cover except for the pink. So I'm not sure how they pick which color combinations they do, but I think that this cover on cover from last year will look really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. All right, so here's a look at how this clear cover on cover from 2022 looks on the Night Flamingo cover. The last A5 books that I have to share with you is another avec. My husband also uses the avec, so I will wait and give that to him to open so he has satisfaction of opening that himself. And then I did also get a day free. We use a day free for office things. Again, the same little freebies included with the Japanese version. And then this is the same thickness, or at least very similar to one of the avecs. So whenever I put this on, it's going to have a lot of extra room to grow. So you could either do a day free and one of the avecs. You could do a day free and a notebook if you want. Hobonichi also makes plain notebooks. So that's how that looks there. You can use, like I said before, one pen to close this so that it kind of fits a little bit more snug for you. But those are all of my A5 covers. And the last thing I have to share with you are 3 of the A6 books. I got the original avec, and also the English planner. And I realized that I did not get one of the day frees, and I've actually switched time doing some of my Mandy Lynn planning. So I'm actually using an A6 day free right now, and I will show you a setup in a later video. But here is how the A6 original Techo looks. The layouts are very similar to the cousin, it's just half the size, and there's no weekly spread in these, but the dailies and the monthly spreads are exactly the same. They haven't changed, just updated for the 2023 year. And then, like I mentioned before, the avecs are basically the exact same, except they are divided into 2 books. So 6 months at a time. You can see the size thickness there. There's a little bit of difference in these very beginning pages of which months are included in the monthly index and things like that. But if you're wanting just a very slim, thin book, an avec is a great way to go. These are also the same size as the day free, which I have coming from Amazon. Okay, and then we have the Hobonichi Techo planner. This is an English version, but it is different than the cousin English. They have had this for years and years, and they made some changes to it from the original to make it more English friendly. So it's a little bit bigger grid. It's a 4mm grid instead of 3.7 or so. The monthly spreads are very different. If you are looking for a A6 English option, you will need to get the English planner, and this is what the cover looks like. Very different than the other covers. And then here's a look at how the A6 calendar supplement looks compared to a normal A6. So it's a little bit shorter and thinner, and that is partly, I think, so that you can carry it around in a pocket of your cover if you want. So it is just a little bit thinner all the way around. Definitely less pages, as it's only the weekly spreads. The monthly and the daily spreads are in here, so if you need all 3, I would definitely recommend adding this little accessory book. And they do sell out quickly, and they don't usually restock very long on these. So if you're at all interested, it's a pretty cheap book. I recommend going ahead and picking it up. All right, and then before I go, I told you I was going to see with this cute little Deco Rush. It's like a washi tape runner. Uh-oh. Maybe it'll fix itself. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let me do another line here to show you. Just little cute cafe items. So this one I bought. And then if there's one, I guess, if there's one that you don't like, or if this happens, let's see about erasing the rest of the part that did get laid down. Okay, so erasing it is not super easy. I expected this to be easier. Maybe there's a trick. Is there a trick? Is this not actually supposed to be for this? Did I buy this for the wrong? Is this like a normal pencil eraser and it just says Deco Rush? I assumed that it was an eraser for this little washi tape runner thing. Okay, I'm really confused because it's not coming up. I mean, I could probably get it up better with my finger. No? I guess not. I don't know, guys. I really thought, like if I try and erase this little spaghetti and meatballs, nope, nothing. The eraser, you can tell that it's wearing down on the corners, but it's not actually erasing. So here's what they look like. Cute little cafe items. They had all kinds. I think 8 or 10 different little kinds of these. So I just got the one that I thought was the cutest. Maybe you can see kind of it's like a plasticky feel, but clear so that you can't actually see the tape runner. You could go through, and if you just wanted to add one little thing here and there, like you could add just a little piece of chocolate cake in the corner, and then maybe by your day of the week, you could add a little coffee, a little coffee mug, or, you know, a little, whatever that thing is, I'm not really sure. But it is really fun, a nice touch to your pages there. So this again is the Deco Rush, and I'm not sure about this eraser. Thank you so much for joining me as I got to open up my Hobonichi Happy Mail. Let me know what your favorite is down in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.